What's happening, folks? Sean, the average angler, and we are going to talk about a technique that's going to help you put more fish in the boat that I don't think a lot of people are doing. Now, I like doing this in the past when there was a different jig head available. Now, this is the closest thing I can find to it. The one I used to use was a revenge bait called the rock crawler. Had a heavier hook, little wider head, closer to an arky style head, but short shanked like this also. And I fished it on a bait caster. This hook you can use on a bait caster. There's some flex to it. I wouldn't go over 10 pound or 12 pound on like a 6'10" to 7 foot medium action rod. The other jig head, and I'm going to look for them, and if I can find them, I'll put them down in the description, because I really liked them better. It was called the rock crawler, Revenge Rock Crawler, and it came through rock really, really well. Didn't hang up bad, and it just allowed you to present a bait in a way that was compact and a lot of people weren't doing. Now, I do this in a lot of places now, and I'll even at times rig it like this on the back of a shaky head and just drag it around. And the bait I'm going to use on this most of the time is a Yum Dinger. Now, you can use a Senko. The Yum Dinger is a little bit tougher, and the Yum Dinger shines typically at times where you have it on a weighted head to help it fall. It has the weedless guard here, so this is not as good for big sticky rock like the rock crawler was, but this is still very good in smaller rock, hard bottom areas, shell beds, around docks. And you can toss it out there, it'll fall a little faster, but the fish aren't used to seeing a Senko pulled this way along the bottom. And I really like the other head because you get it in those big rock that are sticky where most people won't throw a jig head style bait. This will help you catch a lot more fish, folks. You can use it in a similar type of fashion as a Ned head, except this particular rig I have here is 3/16. So far, the 3/16 is the heaviest I could find. Now, I know the ones I was throwing were quarter up to 3/8, and like I said, a much beefier hook. I used to fish it on a 7'2" medium heavy with 15-pound test, and it had a typical jig brush guard in front. I'm gonna look for them, see if I can find them. I tried to grab some of mine to show you what they look like, and they're not where I thought they were, which means they're probably in the boat. So you can do this with just about any type of worm on the back. You can use a 6-inch fat robo. You can use your worm of choice, really. You can put a Ned worm on there. You can put a 3-inch Ned bait. You can put a 4-inch Senko. It's endless. You can pretty much anything you wanted on there. You could nose hook a craw bait on there if you wanted to. It's just a different way to present the bait that the fish aren't seeing. Fish get schooled. They learn, and then they won't bite some of those baits we throw at them. This is one that they haven't seen a whole lot. It's not that this is new. This just isn't all that popular, and I think people forget about it, like me. When you get older, it happens, right? You get tuned into new techniques that come out, new baits, that kind of thing, and we forget about some of the tried and true stuff that worked for us for so long. This is one of those baits that I used to use a lot, especially when fishing behind other people. They probably aren't throwing this, okay? It's a fun bait to fish. It's finesse, but it's not finesse. It's a little faster fishing finesse, if you will. If you want to throw it on a spinning rod because this head's lighter, you can do that. I would actually probably throw this. I have finesse casting rods, so I could use those, but I wouldn't mind fishing this on my 610 medium powered spinning rod with braid to like a 12-pound leader. Okay, same thing I'm suggesting on the casting rod, whatever you prefer. There's plenty of weight there between the weight of the worm, the weight of the head, 3/16 in that worm. There's plenty of weight there for it, casting wise. You'll feel it well, you can move the bait, so it's not as slow as some other techniques, right? A little more presence than a Ned head, because it's wacky, it's gonna move different in the water. It's just not something the fish see every day. Matter of fact, it's probably been a while since they've seen it. So tie one on, get out there, go catch yourself some extra fish that the other guys in front of you missed. All right, thanks for watching. Sean, the Average Angler. We'll see you on the next one.